The British Commandos did not carry the heaviest weapons of the war. They carried the right ones. Every rifle offered precision, every submachine gun delivered speed, every pistol ensured survival, every explosive guaranteed destruction, every blade preserved silence. Their arsenal reflected their doctrine, mobility, adaptability, and decisive force. They were not built to hold territory. They were built to strike, destroy what mattered, and vanish before dawn. And their weapons were chosen for exactly that purpose. Let's start with rifles and carbines. Lee Enfield, number 4. Mark I. The Lee Enfield number 4. Mark I was the standard British service rifle during most of the war and remained widely used by commando units. Chambered in .303 British and fed from a 10-round magazine, it allowed trained riflemen to deliver rapid, accurate fire, faster than most opposing bolt-action rifles. For commandos, it provided dependable precision for eliminating sentries, covering approaches, and engaging targets beyond submachine gun range. It was rugged, battle-proven, and trusted. Lee Enfield, number 1, Mark III Star. Although officially superseded, the number 1 Mark III Star remained in service during the early years of the war and continued to appear in specialized and reserve roles. Its smooth bolt operation and proven reliability made it familiar to many British troops. In commando operations, especially early war raids, it offered dependable long-range capability before lighter carbines became more common. Lee Enfield, number 5, Jungle Carbine. And the number 5 Jungle Carbine was a shortened and lightened adaptation of the Lee Enfield platform. Designed for mobility, it reduced overall length and weight, making it easier to maneuver in dense terrain, tight coastal villages, and mountainous environments. While it sacrificed some long-range stability compared to the number 4, it offered greater speed and handling, a trade-off often acceptable for raiding forces prioritizing movement over sustained firefights. M1 Carbine. The American M1 Carbine saw limited but documented use among British forces, including commando elements. Lightweight and semi-automatic, it offered quicker follow-up shots than bolt-action rifles and proved useful in close to mid-range engagements. Although it lacked the stopping power of full rifle cartridges, its manageable recoil and compact design suited fast-moving assault teams. DeLisle Commando Carbine. The DeLisle carbine represented the extreme end of specialized raiding weaponry. Built around a .45 ACP cartridge and fitted with an integral suppressor, it was exceptionally quiet for its time. Designed for covert operations and used in limited numbers, it allowed operators to eliminate sentries with minimal noise signature. It was not intended for open combat, but for precise, silent tasks where surprise had to be preserved. For distance and precision, rifles gave commandos control, but when a raid turned loud and violent, control gave way to speed, and that is where submachine guns took over. Moving on to submachine guns. Sten Mark II. The Sten Mark II became one of the most widely issued British submachine guns of the war. Chambered in 9mm and firing at approximately 500 rounds per minute, it was lightweight, simple, and fast to produce. Its stripped-down construction reduced weight and allowed operators to move quickly during raids. Though crude in appearance, it delivered compact automatic fire that suited close-quarters fighting. Sten Mark V. The Sten Mark V was an improved variant, favored by many elite units. It retained the same mechanical system as earlier models, but featured a wooden stock, improved sights, and better handling characteristics. These refinements increased controllability during rapid engagements, making it more suitable for professional raiding forces operating in confined environments. Thompson M. 1928 A1. Before large-scale Sten production stabilized, British commandos relied heavily on the American Thompson M. 1928 IE-1. Chambered in 45A CP, it delivered powerful close-range impact. Its solid steel construction made it durable but also heavy. In early raids, the Thompson provided strong stopping power, though its weight eventually limited its practicality for longer or more physically demanding missions. Thompson M1A1. The M1A1 variant simplified production and eliminated some earlier design features, making it more streamlined for wartime use. It maintained the .45 ACP, chambering, and reliable close-range performance. While still heavier than British alternatives, it remained respected for its robustness and effectiveness in confined combat spaces. Lanchester Mark I. The Lanchester Mark I, derived from the German MP-28 design, was primarily issued to the Royal Navy, but saw use in certain raiding and coastal operations. Chambered in 9mm and built with a wooden stock, it was heavier and more solidly constructed than the Sten. Although less common among commandos than the Sten or Thompson, it appeared in early war contexts where available equipment dictated usage. MP-40, captured use. Captured German MP-40 submachine guns were occasionally used during extended operations behind enemy lines. Carrying an enemy weapon allowed operators to utilize captured ammunition supplies. In chaotic night engagements, the familiar sound of German automatic fire could also create brief confusion among opposing troops. But practical considerations often guided such decisions. Submachine guns gave commandos speed and volume of fire, but when space narrowed even further, when the fight became personal, smaller weapons took over. Next came the sidearms. Browning High Power, Inglis production. The Browning High Power, produced in Canada by John Inglis and Company after the fall of Belgium, offered 13 rounds of 9mm in a relatively compact frame. Its higher magazine capacity gave it a clear advantage over many contemporary service pistols and revolvers. For commando operators working in confined spaces, additional rounds before reloading could maintain momentum during sudden engagements. The Colt M 1911. The Colt M 1911, chambered in .45 ACP, delivered strong close-range stopping power. Though not universally issued across British forces, it appeared through various supply channels and personal acquisitions. Its reputation for reliability and decisive impact made it a trusted sidearm when immediate force at short distance was required. WWII Mark 6.455. Originally adopted during the First World War, the WWII Mark VI remained in circulation during the early years of the Second World War. Chambered in .455, it was robust and mechanically simple. Although later semi-automatic pistols offered higher capacity, the Mark VI's durability and familiarity ensured its continued use among British personnel. WWII Mark 4.38S and W. The WWII Mark IV represented a shift toward the .38S and W cartridge, which offered reduced recoil and improved controllability compared to the older .455 revolvers. This change reflected evolving doctrine focused on hit probability and manageable recoil under stress. It remained a practical sidearm option within British service. Enfield No. 2, Mark I. The Enfield No. 2, Mark I became Britain's standard issue revolver before and during the early part of the war. Chambered in .38/200, it was compact and double-action capable, making it easier to manage in stressful close-range situations. Its design emphasized controllability and practicality for a wide range of troops. Smith & Wesson Victory Model. Supplied under Lend-Lease, the Smith & Wesson Victory Model revolver was chambered in .3 8/200 for British service. It expanded available sidearm stocks during wartime production pressures. Simple and durable, it integrated into British use as a reliable supplementary revolver when domestic production faced strain. Well-Rod. The Well-Rod was a specialized suppressed pistol developed for covert operations, bolt action, and equipped with an integral suppressor. It fired subsonic ammunition to reduce sound signature significantly. Used in limited numbers, it was intended for close-range elimination of sentries, where maintaining surprise was essential. Up next, machine guns. Bren Light machine gun. The Bren Light machine gun was the backbone of British squad-level fire support. Chambered in .303 British and fed from a 30-round top-mounted magazine, and it provided accurate, controlled bursts. In commando operations, the Bren was used to suppress enemy positions while teams maneuvered or withdrew. It was not about prolonged defensive fire. It was about buying seconds that could decide the mission. Vickers K. Originally developed as an aircraft machine gun, the Vickers K featured a high rate of fire and relatively lighter construction compared to traditional heavy machine guns. It saw use in certain mobile and raiding roles, particularly where aggressive, short-duration firepower was needed. Its speed made it suitable for sudden ambushes or vehicle-mounted operations. Vickers medium machine gun. The Vickers medium machine gun was a heavier, water-cooled system known for sustained reliability, While not a typical frontline commando weapon due to its weight, and it appeared in specific operations requiring stable defensive fire or fixed support roles, its endurance made it valuable when prolonged suppression was necessary. Lewis gun. The Lewis gun, although largely replaced by the Bren in regular service, remained present in certain early war contexts. Chambered in .303 British and fed from a Pan magazine, it provided automatic fire where newer systems were not yet fully distributed. Its continued presence reflected transitional equipment realities in the early stages of the war. Machine guns controlled the battlefield, but commandos were not sent merely to fight. They were sent to be destroyed. That required something more than bullets. Next came explosives. Plastic Explosive Nobel 808/PE. Plastic explosive became one of the most important tools in commando sabotage operations. Malleable and powerful, it could be shaped around beams, tracks, engines, or structural supports. When combined with time detonators, it allowed raiding teams to plant charges and withdraw before detonation. Its flexibility and reliability made it ideal for precision demolition. Gammon bomb. Number 82 grenade. The gammon bomb was a flexible grenade consisting of explosive filler wrapped in fabric with a fuse system. Operators could adjust the amount of explosive depending on the target. This adaptability made it suitable for anti-vehicle, anti-structure, or demolition tasks during raids. It reflected the practical, though mission-focused mindset of commando warfare. Sticky bomb. Number 74 ST grenade. The sticky bomb was designed as a close-range anti-tank weapon. It used adhesive material intended to attach to armored surfaces before detonation. Though unconventional in design, it offered a solution when heavier anti-armor weapons were unavailable. Its presence highlighted the improvisational nature of British wartime equipment. Number 73 anti-tank grenade. The number 73 grenade functioned as a contact-detonated anti-armor device. Thrown or placed against vehicles, it provided close-range stopping capability against light armor. While risky to employ, it gave raiding forces a method of disabling enemy vehicles when heavier support was not present. Time pencil detonators. Time pencil detonators were critical for delayed demolition. Then these small timing devices allowed commandos to set charges and withdraw safely before the explosion occurred. Their reliability enabled precise coordination, ensuring sabotage missions achieved maximum effect without unnecessary exposure. Explosives destroyed the target, but sometimes the mission required absolute silence. When gunfire would compromise everything, steel replaced gunpowder. Next came close combat weapons. Fairbairn Sykes fighting knife. The Fairbairn Sykes fighting knife became the defining blade of British commandos. Designed specifically for combat, it featured a slim, double-edged blade optimized for thrusting. It was not a utility knife. It was built for close-quarters engagement. Lightweight and easily concealed, it symbolized the emphasis on silent, decisive action that defined commando training and doctrine. Commando Knuckle Duster Knife. Certain variants combined a fighting blade with a knuckle duster grip, providing both stabbing capability and reinforced striking power. These weapons were intended for brutal, close-range encounters, where rapid incapacitation was required. Their design reflected the uncompromising nature of raiding warfare. Garrote covert use. The garrote was a simple but effective tool for silent elimination. Used in specialized circumstances, it allowed operators to neutralize sentries without gunfire. Though not as widely issued as firearms, it represented the extreme end of stealth-focused tactics employed in certain operations. Knives and silent tools represented the final layer of the commando arsenal. When rifles were too loud and explosives too destructive, close combat weapons completed the mission quietly.